Fashion Dolls, my whole entire live froze and I had to start over. So what I'm going to do is upload it in parts. I'm going to have to do part 1 and part 2. We are back. My live just froze and I'm pretty sure y'all saw that. So let me send this back to Eugene so that we can get right back into this conversation, Fashion Dolls. All right? I see you, Aquino. Welcome back, y'all. My live froze, so I'm gonna upload it in parts. I'm probably gonna have to wind up uploading it in parts and then uploading it to my channel. So if you have not, make sure you guys head on over and subscribe to Style by Stevie Daytime. All right, welcome back.
Oh, and I see you now.
Yes, and you can see me, and I'm matching the background, everything, blue and
What
purple.
happened? You say your live froze?
Yes, it froze. Like I was froze, and then you were froze at the bottom too. And Akino says she loves me some romance novels. I'm a smut slut.
Oh,
Oh, you like romance novels for the springtime?
I, I don't really read those. I guess they remind me. I don't know. I'm not really like a chick flick type person. Yeah, it's a little too sappy for me. Now, I will admit the only like movie I really will watch that's a little sappy is The Notebook. I don't know why, but I love that movie. It's just something about The Notebook. Well, and then, of course, Love Jones. I love Love
That's a
Jones.
classic.
Yes.
And it's crazy you mentioned that because I've interviewed Marcos Luis, who starred in Love Jones. He's the host of One Mic Night podcast, and I've had him on the show. So he
Okay.
was in Love Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I had a friend that was in Love Jones, Marissa Baldwin Woodhouse. We actually did a film together where I executive produced that. It's called Business Hair, and she was in love. She actually started off as a stand-in for Nia Long, but then they
Yes.
ended up making her an extra. So if you pay attention at the end of that film, when Nia Long has on her black and white ensemble with the vest, and you see my friend Marissa, she's sitting down clapping for her, and they have on the exact same outfit. So. That makes me like Love Jones more because I'm a little biased with my friends in it, but not too many romance novels and things. But Notebook and Love Jones, my favorite films as far as romance.
No, there are all types, a lot, action, fantasy.
Oh yeah, like I said, I love horror novels and biographies, and I just and or thrillers.
You and my mom, I like thrillers too. I just can't do the horror. She likes horror and she likes thriller. I can't do horror.
You too scary when it comes, but when it comes to
What now?
horror, you too scary when it comes to horror. You can't do the
Yeah,
Conjuring and all that. Oh, and
that's
you
my
know
mom.
what? I had I also auditioned for the Exorcist prequel when I was 14 years old.
Really? And what was that experience like for you? Because that is you've named some cult classic films from Love Jones to
Yeah,
The Exorcist. What's
they,
it like the auditioning for that? Yeah.
they laughed me off. They laughed me off. They laughed me off the stage because it was weird. Okay, so I was 14, and they had built a movie theater across the street from my house, the
Okay.
AMC movie theater. It was very new. It was because it was nothing but cornfield over there at first. So then that little theater was just sitting there by itself. And then I think I forgot how we found out about the audition, but my mom took me, of course, and it was a long line. There was audition for like a African American boys, like between the ages of 10 to 14,
Yeah.
so for two brothers. And so by the time I got up to the stage, they was like, if you was Linda Blair, like how would you be, how would you convince us that you're possessed or something that they asked me. So I know The Exorcist, so I started yelling obscenities that Linda Blair yelled in the film, and I ain't gonna repeat it, but I was just, and I started putting on my little demon voice and everything. So when I started yelling them obscenities, they just kind of like paused and they kind of laughed, and I think they were kind of scared, but it was like a nervous laughter. But the end result is I didn't get the role, and if I would have got the role, I would have died in that because my character got eaten by hyenas. So yeah, but it was an interesting experience to say that I auditioned for a classic, a part of
Yeah.
a classic franchise is Exorcist. The first one's the best one, but to say that I auditioned for a very popular franchise, like that's priceless.
And that goes down on your resume too of work because you've done so much.
Thank you. And I know. So, what? I know I got like off the subject. I know you was doing icebreakers. I'm sorry. I was random.
Yes,
I
we're
went all
still
over.
on the icebreakers. Let's get back into it, Fashion Dolls. Live froze, but we are back now. Okay, your favorite flower or plant for the springtime?
I don't know too many flowers. I love roses. I love roses. No, red roses, pink roses. I just love the way they smell. I love buying roses. Like I bought my mom a bouquet of roses for her birthday in June. Which is coming up. She's gonna get another bouquet of roses, and we're gonna do something different. But roses. I love lilies, and that's pretty much about it.
And you guys at home, what's your favorite flower? Put it in the comments. And I see Akino, she says sweet pea. My sister always loved the scent of sweet pea. So that's reminiscent
That
to
sounds like
you.
it smells good. Oh, my friend bought me my friend. She's her mom is a florist. They run a shop, and she bought me a mother-in-law plant for my apartment. So that was I've never seen that type of plant before. It don't require a whole lot of sunlight. You only gotta water it once a month. So
Yeah.
I honor that. I like the mother-in-law plants. So it was something different, and she just popped up my house this big pot of mother-in-law plants. So it was interesting taking care of it. But yeah, mother-in-law plant is I guess my favorite plant.
Do you think spring is too short or too long? What do you guys think?
For with this for the past like 15 years, we don't get. I'm in Chicago, so you're in North Carolina, right?
I'm in South Carolina, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're in South Carolina. So Chicago is completely bipolar. It's been bipolar for like the past 15
Thank you.
years. So spring is a tease. We mostly get that hawk. That's what we call the hawk, the cold weather.
Cold in the mornings, and then it'll turn and it'll start to warm up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So spring, she pops in and pops out here. So it's like yesterday it was 80 degrees. That was and then today I want to say it's like in the 60s. So we get, and then at the end of this week it's going to be pretty much in the 50s. So it's bipolar. She pops in and pops out. So we don't get enough of her. We don't get enough of her. I don't get enough of spring here. But I love her when she comes.
Now, what's one country you could visit in the spring?
Oh, I don't know. I went to Jamaica last year. I'm on my way to Costa Rica at the end of this year, so I wouldn't mind going to Cancun. It's romantic. I've never been there, or the DR, or I kind of want to go to Brazil because I want to be a part of the carnival. I want to go to Brazil for the carnival. I just like
Oh, it's beautiful.
you've been to
Vibrant
the
colors, everything.
carnival.
I've never been. I want to go. I've seen the pictures, the hairdresses, everything. It is so beautiful
Yeah, I want to be in
around this
those
time of year to go.
costumes. Yeah, that's where I want to go. I want to go to the carnival in springtime. I think it'll be beautiful. It's got to be somewhere hot, of course, so I can get away from this.
And speaking of hot, Aquino, she says that spring to us down here in Florida is an extension of summer because it is hot. Listen, especially, and I talked about this the last time. If you're like deep near the Everglades in Florida, it's even worse. If you're like
I've never been.
the
Uh,
as
yeah,
go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off.
I'm sorry. I'm scared of Florida because of the alligators and all the type
The
of.
Everglades.
I've I've never been. Well, I've been to Florida. I went to Disney World when I was 13, but like I haven't really. Other than that, I've never been to any part of Florida. But I'm open to even visiting there. I just don't want no alligator in nobody's backyard when I go visit.
Would you rather go on spring break with friends or family?
Friends, because I can wild out more with friends. Well, it depends. If it's family that's around my age, we can wild out too. So maybe a mixture of both. That's around my age.
All right. If you could spring break by yourself with books, what are the top 5 books that you would pack? Because I know you like to read a lot. I do too.
Oh, I don't have like a specific book. It can be a biography. I don't know any other biographies that's coming out now, but whatever. It can be a biography on a singer like from the '60s, like Mary Wells. I think she has a biography. Any like biographies, or horror novels. You know, like those are my go-to genres. I don't get a chance to read as much as I do because I work 12-hour shifts while pursuing an acting career. But those will be the go-to not type of genres of novels I will read.
All right.
Mm.
And that matriarch says we turn up.
That's my best friend of 24 years. We do turn up. Now she's not into to novels and stuff. She they make her sleepy, but we turn up as far as like the drinks, cocktails, food. We do that.
The biggest life change you've ever experienced.
Life change. I've like I when I went to California and I worked for the SAG Foundation. Um, Well, I didn't work for. I volunteered for the SAG Foundation, so where actors can go and they work on their reels and everything. They
Yeah.
hone their craft. So I got to do a Q&A with Halle Berry when she came out with Frankie in a movie called Frankie and Alice. Have you ever seen Frankie and Alice?
Yes.
When she had the multiple personalities, it's kind of like Fibble, the movie Fibble. So I did the Q&A and I end up like talk briefly was able to talk to her at the end, and I was like, "Do you have any advice for a young African American male trying to make it in the industry?" She was like, "Write your own stuff." So that was a sign. That was just a
Wow.
sign for me. Ever since then, that was in like 2009, 2010, and like, and I used to write short stories when I was a kid. So I think that was like God and worked through Hallie and to tell me write your own stuff. So that's what I'm doing that more now. So meeting her was life changing. I met Darren DeWitt Henson right before I met her. You know, Lim from Soul Food series.
Yes.
Um, yeah, yeah. Another other life changing. I met Kim Whitley. So meeting the celebrities and them giving their input, their support. I would say that was life changing. Being on the set of Chicago PD because I tried to I was manifesting it. I said I was gonna I'm gonna be in one of those shows one day. And being on that set and having them treat me like royalty, like I had my own trailer. That my character name's Anthony Wiggins. He had they had my name on my trailer. They used to drive me around everywhere. Like they drove me like to one end of the parking lot to the other, and I'm like I could have walked, but if y'all want to pamper me, y'all go right ahead. So that was life changing. Like I manifested being on that show, and I end up, and it ended up happening. So that's life
And look at God.
changing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What projects are you looking forward to this spring?
Oh, okay. So I finally got cast as a male lead in a horror film called Fear the Goldbergs.
Yes.
Yes. So I auditioned in February. I have a friend, actress, acting friend. Her name is Fania Bourne. Shout out to Fania Bourne. She helps me with my self tapes. You know, ever since COVID, we had to do a lot of self tapes, and I used to hate doing this self tapes. I was so intimidated. It's so technical. You can't have too much space above the head and stuff. But Fania has made me so comfortable with doing my self tapes. You know. And my friend Marissa, who I mentioned earlier, who's in Love Jones, she's helping me with my self tapes. So went to Fania's house, did the self tape. I already know the director through another director, so I've known him. I've known of him for some years. So 10 minutes later, after sending him the self tape, he was like, "You portrayed that character of Greg Freeman. Freeman the way I envisioned it. The role is yours." So right
Yes.
now, we're just waiting to cast the woman who's gonna play my wife, and we're doing I think we're casting a couple of the villains. So it's about a husband and wife stranded in the middle of nowhere, and they come across a family of cannibals.
Ooh, well, you guys have to stay tuned for that.
So I'm really excited about that. So he's still casting right now, but we may be shooting that in the summer, hopefully.
All right.
Think-
Let me read some of you guys' comments. Kino says, too many for me, child, to name. Too many for me to pick. I would be, oh, you're a fast reader. And me too. I like, even when I get a moment downtime, I like to just pick up that book and read. And there's nothing like a good book in the springtime to go and read and check out. And thy matriarch says she likes comics.
Yeah, she does. She does.
All right, fashion dolls, the last icebreaker. What TV shows are you enjoying this season?
Right now, I like horror. So as soon as I got home from work, I watched Chucky. They made Chucky into a TV series.
I've seen the trailers of it. As I scroll down, I've seen the trailers for it.
Yeah. So I've been watching Chucky since I was yay high. So I had to watch Chucky. Some of the returning characters from the movies came back, so I had to watch and see what was going on with them. What else? I enjoyed. Uh, it's a little sad, but I watched that documentary on the Nickelodeon. What goes on behind the scenes of Nickelodeon? The Quiet on the Set. Oh, I see your
Yeah.
face. You saw it? Heavy, right?
I touched on it last week. I talked about it last week. And what's so crazy is I interviewed Angelique Bakes, who is one of the original cast members of all that.
Okay,
I
yeah.
had her on my, so yeah, it really had me feeling some type of way. Like this has been going on for years.
Mhm.
I was upset about that. But to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
other stars come out and tell their stories, and now you've got Steve from Blues Clues. And me and my brother used to watch. I just came in the living room the other day, and I used to see, and I saw the Blues Clues VHS tape. So me and
Mm.
my brother, when we were younger, we used to watch Blues Clues, and he came out and he spoke out about it. And Keenan came out and spoke out about it too. So yes, I'm not watching nothing right now except my Wassler. What am I watching? What am I watching right now on television?
Um,
Yes,
Also,
Steve. Yeah,
oh, oh, BMF. I love watching BMF and the power, all the powers. Like Raising Kanan was bananas this past season. Um, of course, I gotta watch Power. I gotta watch Power Force with Tommy. Do you know I had an audition a couple years ago? I was supposed to audition for Power Force, but I had caught COVID, so I had to cancel that. So I watch all the powers. And as far as Tyler Perry, I watched Ruthless. Oh, she had a sip on that. You got
y'all
no
know
too
how I
much for
feel about
you.
Tyler Perry. Y'all asked. So you got to check out my shows from last week because I let it rip. Yeah, but you said Ruthless. My mom watches Ruthless, and what else does she watch? Family Business on BET. She likes watching stuff like that.
Okay, I haven't gotten into that, but that is popular. I think they're doing a spinoff of Family Business as well, but I don't watch that one. But yeah, those are the top shows. And the one show that I still do watch the reruns, and I wish they had a second season, but I don't think they was ready for us. Lovecraft Country. They wasn't ready for the message of what we had to say. But I wish that it would have came back. I
Journey
still watch the
Smollett.
reruns.
She did. Journey Smollett, Michael K. Williams. I mean, that show in itself, they need to bring it back.
And then I just know they not, and I wish they would.
Yeah.
And I hope they do, and I hope, and with all the stuff that's going on with Jonathan Majors, I hope that I still will hope that they will bring that back. I bring that back because he's a phenomenal actor. Everybody in that show they're amazing. So
Yeah.
those are all the shows. Yeah.
All right, fashion dolls. And that is the spring icebreaker. So before we conclude, do we have any questions for myself or Eugene? I know you guys were like, what's in the box? What did I have in the box at the beginning of the interview
Yeah.
before
What's
we
in the
closed and we put on? Okay, so I was showing you guys, this is the fantasy goddess of Asia, Barbie. And I'm going to, Bob Mackey, who's designed for Cher and Diana Ross. And he also did Tina Turner, created this doll. The
Okay.
gown, everything. Are y'all ready to see her? Y'all ready?
Hmm.
I gotta find a frame for it. That's just telling you about her. I told y'all I got into collecting in 2023. This is the fantasy goddess of Asia, ladies and gentlemen.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
And she's dramatic. I love the drama. I live for the drama, and I have no place to put her. My room is so small. I have so much clothes, y'all. So I gotta find some place to put her.
So
And this
how
is
many
actually
dolls
her
do you
birthday
have
gift.
like that? How many dolls
What were you
do you
saying?
how many dolls do you have like that?
Okay, so I'm looking at the Ruby Radiance. She's above my bed. I'm looking at the Sterling Silver Barbie, the Barbie Generations of Dreams. Okay, so that's one, two, three, four, five, six. I would have to say seven altogether
Oh,
because I still have some, yeah, near my closet as
so
well
seven
too.
and
So I've got to
count.
collect. Yeah, it's building up. It's building up. But I am looking for the Brandy doll because Brandy had a doll out at the time as well too.
Oh yeah, I do remember her having a doll out.
Yeah,
She had the micro braids, the
sure
doll.
did,
Yeah.
and she had like an orange, like what I'm wearing today, but it had like feathers, like feathers. It was beautiful. So I want Brandy's, and what's the other one that I want? The one that I really, really wanted that I got for Christmas was the Pink Splendor Barbie, and that is the most couture Barbie doll I've ever seen. It is so gorgeous. I have no place to put it because her train is so long on her gown. And I might bring her tomorrow. The box is huge. I'm thinking that it's going to be this size box, but the box is huge.
Have you seen the Barbie movie? I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but I know when the Barbie movie came out, everybody wanted to collect these type of dolls, especially the Bob Mackie ones. They were in high demand. Everybody was looking for them, and they cost an arm and a leg if you go to Amazon or eBay. So
Okay.
luckily, thank God I found a seller that was able to sell her to me for a reasonable price. But I seen this one right here, the Fantasy Goddess, and then there's the Fantasy Goddess of Africa too, and she is so beautiful.
Yeah, I
Chocolate
bet.
skin, she's got like a choker around her neck. I have to see if I can find a picture and I'll post it in my story
Oh,
so you guys will see what she looks like. But I told y'all I've got into collecting Barbies, and my mom was like, "You've got a lot of stuff in your room." I have a lot of makeup, a lot of hair products. I have a lot of stuff. So it's just like, how am I gonna find places to put them? But when you guys see me take my photo for my outfit of the day, you see two of them displayed on my table where my fragrances are. So
okay.
those good for you. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, fashion dolls. Had to share that with y'all. Final thoughts of the day. Eugene, what's next? Because you've got two projects that are coming out. What is next for you in the future of 24? And what advice would you give to up and coming actors who face obstacles? Because in the beginning of our interview, before we got cut off, you said about being told no for certain roles, being told no, you're not what we're looking for, your voice is not, all of these things. What advice would you give to other up and coming actors? Because
Well,
your niece is following in your footsteps too.
mhm. Well, what's next for me is, well, I'm just right now. I'm just honing my craft. I'm about to take a commercial acting class. I plan on taking that on the 22nd. I'm going back to Acting Studio Chicago. I may do a scene study class, or I want to do a class uh, that specializes with the voice, like how to alter your voice, make it deeper, different registers. I also want to do like vocal, like singing, like classes too. I was told I can kind of hold a note, so I want to kind of perfect
You
on
should
that.
do it. I could see you doing Broadway. And you know I've sat with so many actors who've done
Right.
Broadway. Could you see yourself doing Broadway in the future?
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. So I come from a theater background, okay? So I did, before film, it was nothing but theater, but my last show I did was Last Days of Judas Iscariot. I did at the Collective Theater in 2017. It's just that
Ooh,
with working nights now, I don't have time to do theater because, the rehearsals, that's like a
yeah.
job within itself. So like, 4 or 5 days a week, you got rehearsals from 6:30 to 10:30 at night. I work nights. So it's easier for me to do film, and then when you do independent film, they work around your schedule. Now, when you do the big shows like Chicago PD and you do big budget films with Denzel, you work around their schedule. So that's when I would tell my boss, I'm gonna be gone for about 2 months because I got to work on their schedule. So pretty much just going back to school, this classes, and that kind of coincides with what I'm going to tell as far as upcoming actors. Always perfect and hone your craft. You're never too big to take a class. I mean, the greats like Al Pacino, and Robert De Niro. They've been in the business for like 50 plus years, and they still take classes. All the
Yeah.
greats, Uncultured Viola Davis, all of them, they still take classes. So I would say you all still take classes. Um, and like the same thing that Halle Berry told me, when it gets a little quiet and them all auditions, those females is not coming in, write your own stuff. And that's what I'm doing now, because this brain, I'll be waking up in the middle of the night. I'm like, I need a piece of paper. I gotta write this concept down. I'm starting to write your own stuff. So
Absolutely. And I agree with what Holly Bear says. That's why I also said to people too, if people are not giving you an opportunity, it's up to you to go and build that opportunity as well. And today's final thought, Fashion Dolls, comes from Tony Robbins. And Tony says this: setting goals is the first step in timing the invisible world. So remember that, Fashion Dolls. Remember that. Remember that. And that comes from Tony Robbins. So you have to take whatever it is, and I look at it this way. For me, life is like a catch 22. You're going to have so many people that are going to be obstacles in your way that are going to block you and tell you, no, you can't do this, you can't do this. But you keep going further, and continue to encourage yourself. There's going to be people out here that are going to doubt you, and I love proving people wrong. I'm a Scorpio. That's a thing within me. My mom's a Libra. I'm a Scorpio. We
I'm gonna leave
always
it
love
too.
to prove people wrong. If you're on the cusp, Libra, Scorpio, you know we love to prove people who doubt us wrong. And the thing is,
Yes.
we never give up. There have been days when I did not want to get out of bed. This will be interview 594, if I'm not mistaken. So we
Congratulations.
are on the road to 600 interviews. So thank you
Congratulations.
all. Thank you so much for your love and support unconditionally. Just from tuning in, watching the interviews, going back, leaving your feedback. Thank you all so much for your unconditional support and rocking with me. This has been an amazing journey. 2024 has been a great year thus far. We've had some bumps and cracks in the road, but again, turn the invisible visible. There's going to be people that are saying, no, you don't deserve to be here. You don't deserve to do this. As Eugene said in the beginning of the first part of our interview, you're going to have people who are going to doubt you and tell you, you can't do this. You're not what we're looking for. You prove those people wrong. Create your own seat at the table. As Holly Berry told Eugene here, create your own lane.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
what's
why
for
I created
you
my,
is for you.
yeah,
What's for you is for you. And nobody can block that if it's for you. I had to learn that. I learned that in my late 20s. And then sometimes people, you get frustrated because you see your other peers, they're being real
yeah,
successful, but those calls are not coming in for you. That's their path. You got to worry about your own path. God has what He has for you. You know, even y'all may break into the industry in a similar way, but He has something different for you. It may take a little shorter time, it may take a longer time, but you just have to be persistent, prayed up, and you have to just keep going. If you're passionate about it, you have to work at it every single day.
absolutely. Perfect your craft. As you said, you're going to go back for acting. Perfect your craft. If this is something that you want to do, go after it. And I tell people this all the time: do what sets your soul on fire passionately. If you are
Yeah.
passionate about acting, there are so many classes and coaches out here. My girlfriend, Ro Underwood, is an acting coach. She's not only an actress, she did Raising Kanan. So she's also an acting coach. She's worked with Tasha Smith. She's taken classes with her. Darity with Henson also too. So make sure that you are perfecting your craft. There's so many people out here that can help you if you want to get into acting. If you want to get into hosting a platform, I've had people that have helped me, and I'm thankful to still have them rocking with me and supporting me in my corner. My colleagues, they're my brothers, Tony Holly, uh, Kenny Stallings, K2s, and my fraternal who just came in here, Alan Yankee. These men have been in my life and encouraged me every step of the way, and my brother Scott Valentine as well too. They've been encouraging me, telling me what direction I need to go in, and it's always great to get a second opinion. So
Yeah.
keep yourself surrounded by people who uplift you and make you feel great about yourself and your craft as well too. And also the ones who will let you know, like, hey, you could have did this a little bit differently. Be willing to
Yes.
take constructive criticism
You
because
you
that is
have
going to
to
be
in this
moving
industry.
you.
You have to in this industry. You can't. It's not for the faint of heart. And then some people like they say things or give you criticisms to hurt you, but you do need that good, honest criticism. Like don't put sugar on crap and just
With
tell me it's
the
sugar.
tap on the shoulder. right then there,
Hmm.
exactly, I love. And I'm thankful to have people that give me that tap on my shoulder and say, "Hey, girl, you're doing this wrong, or you could have did this wrong." And they'll literally call me or text me and say, especially Alan Yankee, I know he's in here somewhere. He's in here. He's like a sniper. He's somewhere in here. But he will he will call and he will tap me on the shoulder. And he say, "You know, you did this, and you could have did this a little bit differently." You need people like that in your life that will let you know, "Hey, you could have did this a little bit differently." I'm not beyond above. I'm not beyond approach. I let people know that right then and there. So I'm a perfectionist. I like things to be perfect, but I am open to constructive criticism, and that constructive criticism has molded me into the hostess that you guys see today to do these amazing conversations and interviews, years and years to come. All
Yeah.
right. So, Eugene, where can everyone follow you?
Okay, so you can follow me here on Instagram at ebracy07. That's B as in boy, RACY07, and you can just simply follow. I'm just simply Eugene Bracy on Facebook. So that's Bracy. No E in my last name. They were trying to put E in my last name. So Eugene Bracy on Facebook. I'm not on Snap that much, so just follow me on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, fashion dolls, there you have it. And Eugene, it was such a pleasure to meet you. I had such a great
I
time.
had a good time.
Again,
Thank you
long
for having me.
you are so welcome. And we got to set something up again for the summer. So I'll be DMing you to set something up again to have you back on the show. I would love to have you back for the summer as well.
Yeah, I want to keep you posted on everything, and hopefully that we start filming that the Fear the Goldberg, so I can tell you all about it. Well, as much as I can. I don't want to give too much. I don't want to give too much away. I don't want nobody mad at me, but I want to have some great updates for you, and I'm just so glad you hit me up back in January. I'm like, who is this? I'm like, I'm so honored you wanted to interview me.
And I'm glad I had you on my show. I had such a great time in the audience. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So again,
Thank you.
my apologies about the first part of this interview. I'm going to try to do a part one and do a part two. Hopefully, IG will let me upload the first part of. It's going to be a waiting process for the first part, but this part is going straight up. So you guys can check out this part. I'm going to upload this part, and then I'm going to upload part one lastly because that when it froze, I'm just like, oh my God, oh no. But hey,
I thought I lost you. I'm like, dang, I had so much more to say, but we got everything out, so we good.
yeah.
I'm at peace.
And so Angel, well, my girl Aquino, she says, thank you so much.
Thank you all for having me.
All right, Fashion Dolls, joining me tomorrow, we have Andre Joseph, and I will see y'all tomorrow at 4. Y'all take care.
Bye.